Welcome to And Whose Fault Is That? Episode 13 Gym Pigs and Customer Service. Would you like me to redo that? She
No,
said,
you did it
giggling
so well. You did it so well. And I
because
was
I'm
like,
reading it off the Twitch chat thing. You're like,
you,
wow, it's not a single flub. And you want to try that again?
no,
This
I
time,
just
maybe
think it's
bury your
funny
head in the
because the
sand.
title in itself sounds so stupid and you made it sound so professional. God darn it. Yeah. Um, yes. Hello, everyone. Hi, Jersey. Hi, Nova. I wanted to break out what I technically consider Cristal. And today my beverage of choice is country
The champagne of
raspberry, clearly Canadian. Yes.
nice. Oh, that's still on
Produced
my to-do
by
list.
Mrs. Bucket. Don't I never heard of her.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of it. Yeah. Excuse me
Oh
one
no, I need
moment.
to put this. See, the problem is that okay, so
Hold on.
clearly Canadian.
Thank you.
I need to put this on my grocery list because if I don't, I was supposed
Oh,
to go find
delightful.
this. I was supposed to find this, and per our previous episode conversation, the
Made with
delicious.
water from natural Canadian sewers. I mean, springs. Yeah. It is. It is Nova. It is. Yeah. Pretty stoked. I saw one. I grabbed it. It had been long enough where I'm not like I tend to overdo things that I find after a while. Like, oh, it's something nostalgic. I must take it nonstop, like cocaine, until I don't like it anymore. And there's been enough period in between where, bless you, where
Thank you.
I'm not
What
like,
flavor was that again?
This one's the raspberry. Country
A
raspberry.
raspberry.
I've never heard of any other raspberry, but it's the country one. And it's quite carbonated, so I'm going to try not to burp every 30 seconds.
Godspeed.
Try. Try not
No
to.
guarantees.
Try not to. Okay, can I just tell you that I thought I broke a rib when I sent you that
Sneezing?
message and you replied to me
Oh,
and I opened and all I saw is maybe it's the penis? Okay, let's rewind for a second there.
so I get this text message from Nyxi that says, "Oh, hold on. No, this is let's get this. No, we should play by play
You need
here. This is great.
context here, okay?
We need context. So
I'm
yeah, so
going.
I
Wait, hold on, because I need to set the scenario here, and then you can give me your version before we read the text. I'm
yeah,
not going to
I
spoil
do.
anything.
Okay.
Okay, so it's so dumb, but I look at a bunch of shit in my closet, and I go, this stuff hasn't sold. I've had it on eBay multiple times. I mean, one of it was one of the items that didn't sell was a Galaxy Watch 5 from Samsung. And this thing was so freaking brand new. It still had 8 months of warranty on it, but nobody would believe me that I was trying to get rid of it. I had so quickly switched back to iPhone that they just kept thinking like it was locked. And I was like, you can't lock watches. Anyway, fast forward, I took it off of eBay and it sat in my closet for like a few months for the remainder of the warranty, basically. And so I was like, am I going to be a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and just put this thing on Facebook Marketplace and deal with all of the scam coming my way until one person is like a normal human being? I put it up. I put it way below what it would sell on eBay. And I scroll through the 50 messages in 24 hours and I see a woman by the name of Claudia. I answer her. She says she wants it for her husband. She asked me, all she said is, how big is it? And I was like, if you're asking about the band, it's medium large. And if you're asking about the face of the watch, it's 44 millimeters. And then she goes, okay, I live in X area. No, she said, I work in X area. Can you come and meet me there? I said, yes, I live in X area. No problem. I would like to meet you at the gym and like where the UPS is.
Yeah,
She writes
nice
back
public
to
area.
me, I don't really want to meet there. I would like to meet at the Taco Bell. So I'm like, okay, no problem. The Taco Bell
minute
is
break.
right across the gym. So to me, it tells me she doesn't know the area. I don't care. So anyway,
All right, same parking lot. Got it.
Bubs hops into the truck with me. I pull up into the Taco Bell and I go, well, I'm early.
Chalupa.
Podcast. Let me hear what it sounds like. And so I put it on Spotify through my phone and I just hear, oh, welcome to Whose Fault Is That? And I'm like, yo, what the hell? And I turn it really loud. And I'm like, I can only now, almost at max volume, make out a conversation. I know that if I hit that radio button, my ears are going to get blown off. So I was like, no. So I turn it all the way back down and chalk it up to maybe it's an issue with how my audio is split for Spotify. We'll figure it out in post. Check YouTube, same problem. I was like, okay, something's not right. And that's when I went, blah, 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 blah. Put my phone down and never looked at it again. Please, give me your side of the story.
Tuesday, 3:01 p.m. I don't know if it's just me, but I went on YouTube channel and Spotify, and when my read this with a straight face. No.
I fucking died. Okay, you can do it. You can do it. This is a text message I sent to him, guys. Okay.
Yeah. And when my penis is.
You have to start from the beginning. You can't just randomly say that.
I know, but it's so fucking. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's just me, but I went on YouTube channel and Spotify, and when my penis is connected to my truck, I can barely hear the podcast, but my Apple Music is blaring. And I just I get this, and I look up and go, okay, maybe it's the penis.
Then?
And then I follow up, listen to your Siri. Listen, your Siri said it first, and as a dad, I cannot let this joke just go by. I'll check mine when I get in the car. The audio, that is.
Yes, the audio, that is. I'm sitting at the table. I'm sitting at the table. I think she just finished her, because Bubs went to go get Taco Bell. I grabbed something else to eat, and I finally sit at the table. Christina's on the couch. Christina and Bubs I use interchangeably. It's the same person. She's sitting on the sofa. I'm facing her in that direction. She's checking her Instagram, and I'm starting to catch up on my messages. And I look at my messages, and I see from you, maybe it's the penis cracking up. And I'm like, maybe it's the penis. And then I scroll up, and I was like, and when my penis is connected to my truck. And I swear to God, Phil, it took me 5 minutes to read the sentence. I was wheezing, tears. I had a complete intestinal cramp. I was fucking laughing so hard. I never ended up reading it to her. I was laughing while screenshotting. I was screenshotting it and crying, sending it to her on WhatsApp. I still hadn't read it to her. I couldn't take it anymore. And then she's like, what's so funny? And then she just goes, I don't know if it's me. She just fucking exploded. Yeah, so that was a really good laugh. That was just me going, and then it took me maybe I was still trying to figure out what the hell did I say that Siri misconstrued.
My phone is.
My phone is.
Mm-hmm. But if you're saying it fast enough, I get weird ones as well. If you say it too fast, it'll conjoin words.
Listen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's way longer than that because I've been saying this story for a while. About 6 years ago, I sent my mom one of those voice memos, and she said something about, are you coming this summer or whatever? And I answered her while I was driving. It depends on the circumstances. And then she calls me back. She goes, I think you made a mistake because you wrote circumcision. And I said, yes, it does not depend on the circumcision. It definitely depends on the circumstances. I apologize. And
I'm going to see a rabbi at a bris. I'll let you know.
I'm going back to the hairdressers, and maybe I'm going to opt in for that baptism. That was so funny that yesterday, all of yesterday, the top part, what girls scientifically call the underboob, wrecked. I couldn't move. I couldn't bend. I had pulled a muscle. Oh, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. And it's funny because every time I use voice to text, I try to articulate So that's why it just puzzled me. I was like, what the hell did I say wrong? What did I say? And I was like, did Hunter bark? I had him in the truck. I was like, what threw the freaking phone off? Anyway, it's a good time.
So what happened to Taco Bell, lady? Successful sale?
It was the most wonderful sales transaction I've ever done in my life.
She brought cash?
She brought cash.
Damn right.
I told her, I'm not touching your money until you give me the thumbs up that your husband's happy and then the watch works. I'm not here to screw anybody. I just want to get rid of this watch. I don't use it. She goes, cool, thank you. I appreciate that. We had a little bit of chit chat. She's chill. She went home, sent me a message. My husband loves it. It works great. It's exactly as you described. I was like, thank you. It was so seamless. I was like, why can't they all be like you? Anyway.
Agreed.
Yeah, it was good. So the Goodbye Galaxy Watch 5, which, unbelievable. I don't know why it was so difficult to sell that thing. Is it locked? No, it's a watch. It's not locked. Excuse me.
Apple
Clearly
ruined
Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just something I had to get out of the way. Because I had just picked up my phone to look at, like, what topics did I text you? Because I know I had texted you a couple things here and there. And I instantly saw the, maybe it's the penis, and nearly had a stroke. Also, the thumbnails that you have been sending me for this episode, whether they were practice or not.
They're just.
Why did this pig keep getting buffer? And please, guys, I refer to the thumbnail once this is uploaded to YouTube. This pig has more muscles than many, many people combined. I'm not sure why, but
I do like the one I didn't even notice where it grew a little gimp pig in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, I took a screenshot. I said, what the fuck is this? It's just like a fucking, like, it's so big it shot out another pig. I was like, what the fuck is happening? This is great. Oh, man, guys, I think I might use that thumbnail now because you're going to need the context. Also, very nice barrel barbecue. I'm feeling the hipster on the bottom right corner of that one, where the gimp pig is, of course. Which other photo would I be referring to? Anyway, I'm trying to find the section where I sent you messages. Right. So it was Jim Pig, Total Wine, Sam's Club Angel, customer service made me cry.
Yeah. And to specify, Total Wine is spelled W-H-I-N-E.
Yes, it's total W-H-I-N-E, exactly. It's a wine. So, I kind of want to start with Total Wine.
Oh?
Yeah, because it was a polar opposite experience of the Sam's Club Angel. And just so that we can get this out of the way right now, nobody died at Sam's Club. There was no angel, there was no death in Sam's Club. Total Wine. We are the second day in, third day in to Christina being here. We picked her up on Wednesday. The entire drive towards Houston was completely flooded. On the way back, we kind of just, I don't remember what the hell we did. We stopped for some sort of food. I can't remember. Anyway, I figured at some point or another there was going to be a barbecue where everybody we knew would show up. And there was going to be an instance where we were going to have company over, even though it was a smaller crowd. And I was like, you know what? I want that wine I keep talking about. And since we're going in a different direction this time, and we're going towards Sam's Club, let's see if there's another Total Wine. And guess what? Different Sam's Club, new Total Wine. Let's go in and see, like, just stay here, guys. I'm going to run in real quick. And that's what Jake did. Parked. I ran in. I tried to find the bottle myself, and I couldn't. And I was like, okay, instead of me thinking I could figure this out because it's a maze in there, let me just ask someone. She wouldn't turn around. She was talking to someone about something completely useless, and the guy was like, yeah, sometimes I use my cats to, like, broom up the hair that they leave behind. And I was like, anyway, whatever. He was having a weird conversation with her that was completely irrelevant, and I kept looking around for someone else. and there was nobody else
Anybody
around.
else?
Yeah.
Anybody?
And
I'll
at
take
this
any.
point, I start like migrating towards the one of those counters where they could check you out in the middle of the Total Wine.
Yeah.
And I think the guy noticed that I was waiting, and I started to do this thing where I'm like, look, are you gonna fucking hurry up? You're pissing me off. And so he gives her an eye thing, and she turns around. She goes, oh, hey. And I'm like, hi. I am looking for Bartenura. It is a red, sweet wine that is slightly carbonated. It is a dessert wine. Can you help me find it? She goes, this one? I said, no, that's the Moscato. Also, that is blue. I am looking for red, but not the Malvasia, because Malvasia is a different red. I need the Brachetto, it's sweet red. She puts up her phone. She goes, we don't have that here. And I said, oh, your store doesn't carry it? She goes, no, it doesn't exist. I said, that is false. I don't make up the things that I drink. I've purchased this at other Total Wines. She's like, no, it doesn't exist. That red one doesn't exist. I was like, yes, it does. And then she kind of went like annoyed. And I was like,
I'm like,
have a
do you
good
want to
day.
have this pissing contest? Because I have it right
I
here
just
on my
left.
phone.
Obviously,
I know.
I was like, I'm not fucking dealing with this. So that was we will fight for the wine again another day, which was a little bit of a sad face. And then at Sam's Club, the shopping experience was okay. And then we were just about done when we get stopped by one of those customer service people that might be trying to tell you to apply for a credit card, but not really, because those are usually like they come with
or
booths.
switch to AT&T or whatever.
So it's 1,000-year-old man, right, with like posture issues and just like, hi. And we're like, hi. And he's like, do you know about the Scan and Go checkout? And I was like, yeah, I heard of it. And he's like, do you want to use it? And I was like, okay. And then he checked me out in the middle of the aisle, and he's like, now scan this one and scan this one. And he's like, scan this. It was so sweet. It was kind of like a romper room of Sam's Club, right? And it was such a gentle man. His name was JJ. And then he goes, add your card. I add my card. I was like, okay, now what? He's like, hold on a second. And then he goes, scan this. And then I go, okay. And then I scan it. He goes, you just got $10 off your first time that you use Scan and Go. I was like, well, yeah. So I'm all happy. I was like, this guy's so nice. And then we're leaving, and he goes, now hold on now. Just want you to know that you're special. And every day you should try to make someone nicer. And all three of us are, or you should try to be nicer or something, be kind. Some fucking really, really nice shit. And all the three of us are just like, thanks, you too, JJ. we just like, aww, and like left Sam's Club just feeling like touched by an angel. I was like, who is this person? Have a good day,
100%.
JJ.
That's
God damn it, you have a
great.
good day. Yeah.
I've known JJ 5 minutes, but if anything happened to him, I'd kill everyone here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We were just like, oh. He was like, you guys are special, and you have a good day, and you be good and kind in your hearts. There's some fucking really profound shit that we were just like,
Yeah.
that came out of left field, but I really need to hear it today. Like, you just like fucking, you know. So that was my
You walked over and apologized to the Total Wine lady.
We went back, and I was like, listen, I'm sorry.
I was making the wine up. It never existed. I saw it in a video game.
That was it. That was my Total Wine Sam's Club thing.
That's great, though.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet JJ. You're like, this is my new Sam's Club.
Yeah, I turned in well, I mean, Bubs had never gone to Sam's Club. And so I was like, it's basically Costco, but the Walmart equivalent. So we decided to go there. And plus I think our membership expires like February 15th or some fucking shit like that. So I was like, let's just go.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, he really hit us out of left field. I was like, God damn it, JJ. You son of a bitch. And then behind it is one of those episodes of Undercover Boss. He owns all of Hallmark or some shit, you know, it makes cards. Like, that's it. Man invents 1,000 nurseries. Like, melts hearts across the universe. Yeah, I I was touched. I don't know why. It was sweet.
That is awesome. What a lovely story.
God, this is so delicious.
So it's gonna suck when I provide some walnut flavored sadness.
I have no context, but I'm looking
You
forward to
don't.
it.
But I received a phone call the day after our last episode, and it was late in the evening, and I saw the phone number, and it was the technical high school that my child does two of her classes across the parking lot from her high school. And I thought, I turn around to her because she's sitting on the couch behind me. I'm like, "Did you skip class?" I immediately, like, she doesn't, but I will just immediately go to like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
worst thing
The
you could
worst
have done.
thing.
Look at these people going to tell me you like lit a house on fire at school. Um, and so I answer it, and I'm like, "Hello," and they're like, "Yes, hello. Is this Mr. Gakowitz?" And I'm like, "Yes, this is he." Waiting for like, "Well, we caught your daughter in the bathroom selling heroin." No, she's like, "I have unfortunate news that the walnut side table cabinetry class is canceled because we have an issue with the teacher, and so we
And then you
will
were
be
like,
refunding
I'll
your mileage."
teach.
Yeah, like, "Oh, I'll teach."
Oh
Yeah.
man, what a
So
bummer.
yeah, so my Mondays and Wednesdays are reset back to normal. So we were hoping for like a 6 week tale that I could bring every Thursday. Be like, this week we sanded things horizontally. But no, it is a shame. So I'm like, will it ever come back? And she says, check next semester. I'm like, I will. So they're mailing me
Mm-mm.
back my tuition in form of paper check. So it's all
Oh
right. That same
man.
day, yeah, yeah. So it's like, shucks, I was low looking forward to that,
Did you try to
but
find another spot?
I did. I poked around a little bit, and the closest other one is really far away. It's like that's the one that I told you about before. It's like 40 minutes away, and it's pushing it. This one's like 10 minutes away,
Mm.
so more manageable, where I can just go after work, after dinner, be there, come back. So, but it's all right because that same day I was also informed about the maybe I think it was the same day. The so about ye olde 8, 10, 12 months ago, um, there was a thing announced at one of the local movie theaters here. Well, it's a stage slash movie theater, so that they would be watching um, High Fidelity, the movie with John Cusack, and then John Cusack would be in attendance to chat with the audience. So, you know, my child has seen this movie; she appreciates it, and so I'm like, let's get. So we get tickets. So I am very pleased with myself, and it's probably at that point 6 months away, and we get about a month away before the event, and I get an email. Due to artist conflicts, the event has been rescheduled for 2 months later. Okay.
Okay.
Womp womp, sad trombone, but okay, we're on. 2 months pass, get really close to the event again. Canceled again. Not canceled, rescheduled again. Due to
Okay.
artist conflicts, we're canceled again. And then it was supposed to be uh, February 6th this time. And about yeah, so about what, probably 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago. This time it was not a reschedule. This time it was a due to artist conflicts, and we've screwed you people twice before. We're just canceling, and it's like,
Um.
ah. But I mean, I think on the second reschedule, Heather went digging around, and like if you looked at the trail of sadness,
Mm.
there were all the because it's actually I guess it must have been scheduled as a tour because it's like all up and down the East Coast. There's movie theaters who were supposed to play different Cusack movies, and he was going to hang out with the audience, and they're all rescheduled, canceled. It's like, what is happening? I went as far
Yeah.
as looking on the man's Instagram when the first can't reschedule, and I'm like,
They're like, you
what is
okay,
he
bro?
doing?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, you okay, bro? Are you like filming a movie or something? And he had
Yeah.
like 2 weeks prior, like shot photos of like Mount Fuji from Japan and like the side of a subway car or something, and I'm like, okay, I mean, sure. So I haven't checked this time around, but I'm like, well, that's disappointing. But anyway,
Yeah,
so
that is a little
like,
disappointing.
shucks.
That is a little
So
disappointing. Oh man, I know you were looking forward to that too. I didn't realize that it was rescheduled like 2 or 3 times before they were just like, you know what? Now we're annoyed because we have to keep sending
Yeah.
emails telling people. And who knows how much flack they got as if it was their issue, or their problem or fault rather. So,
And then on top of it, Heather points out the fact that, they usually plan these things, which means they've like scheduled people to work that night. So like, ushers and ticket people and concessions. And if you schedule an event for this day and you're like, okay, you're gonna come in, guys, and this will be great. And then you're like, psych, no pay for you. And again, just even equipment and everything else to set it up. And
oh my goodness, yeah.
so who knows? Like there's a lot of like, whatever.
There's so
But
many layers to it. That's a sad
so many
face.
layers, and I'm just like, that's sad face. So I was so looking forward to seeing John Cusack from 250 feet away.
That's how I felt when I first fucking watched a Tool concert. Maynard James Keenan was like, oh my god, I'm breathing the same air. Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous. It's funny too because the first time that you told me that you were going to go do some Cusack thing, the first thing I did was like, I haven't fucking watched High Fidelity in forever, and I put it on the Plex, and I was like, this is great. I forgot how great this movie is. So yeah, it sucks. I'm sorry. Maybe
Yeah, no worries.
maybe he will unclusterfuck the Cusack delays at some point.
Yes, we'll see next time he comes around. This should be good.
Hey
Speaking
man,
about
that's not fair
what,
for you though. No cabinet thing. No
no,
Cusack. What's next? Curses? Cabinet Cusacks and curses? What's going on?
you gonna tell me about this Jim Pig thing? Because that the thing is, since it's like the major.
Oh, the gym pig. Which, by the way, I became the pig this morning. Oh, God. Story goes way back to like Wednesday. And all the way back to Wednesday. Not really. So the last few times that I've gone to the gym,
472 hours.
Four score and 6 minutes ago, I go always around. I always go at the same time. I'm always there at 7:45. Always. Sometimes I'm 1 minute late, but the point is I start at 7:45. And at about 8, I change location in the gym because depending on what machines I'm using. And there's this one guy that's constantly on my the machines that I have to do my fly and reverse fly with. And he's just fucking like someone hosed him and just drenched all over the fucking equipment. Like he's disgusting. And it just fucking makes me want to hurl. And every time, so I gotta wait for this guy to fucking finish and then streak his swamp ass across my fucking seat and not clean anything. There are at least 8 or 9 dispensers around the entire gym where it's like an endless supply of alcohol wipes. Or hell, bring a towel. He does not clean after he uses them. So I'm like, ugh, whatever. So now,
I'm sorry. I'm not that I've spent times in gyms, but I was under the impression that was just kind of like standard gym etiquette was to
clean the stuff you use.
Wipe equipment after you use it.
Yeah, and he is drenched. Like it looks like like it was disgusting. So whatever. He uses the machine. He's talking on his fucking talking about what the fuck he's talking about. I didn't even pay attention to anything. He's completely distracted. Gets up and walks away. So I'm like, so are you done or are you coming back? Because some people
Are you gonna start holding your cell phone like a pizza and talking to it?
Oh my god, I hate that. And then you say my penis in the truck. Anyway, so he gets up and he goes like somewhere else in the gym. So I look at him and I'm like, fucking look at me looking at you, you fuck. And he doesn't turn around and look at me, so we don't lock eyes. And he goes and sit on another machine where he has to do rows. He's doing like some fucking row machine or some shit like that. So I was like, well, I look at my trainer. I go, I guess we're cleaning this one. And so now we're disinfecting everything. And then I do, my sets. And then I get up. And as I'm finished, I look at him completely drenched once again, leave that area, and just fucking walk out the gym. That's it. He's done. he just walked out. That was it. And so I got really fucking annoyed that this guy did that. And I look at her and I go, why was there no intervention for that? I'm a customer. I'm not going to go fucking yell at someone. It's not my responsibility. I also know that logically you should clean a machine before you use it anyway because of people like that. I go, but that's fucking egregious. Like, that is, it's disgusting. Like, any wipe, that alcohol wipe is going to do what? He's like seeping into the fabrics at this point. The guy's fucking like moist towelette wipe. So whatever. So this has happened a few times after, like, during a few sessions where I see this fucking swampy ass fucking person, and it just really irritated me. And so that's why I texted you gym pig, because to me, every time I walk in, I will look at the only two people that I know there. One is my friend Lena, and the other one is my trainer. And I will go, is gym pig here? And then just be extra wipey before I use things, because I can't tell if the sprinklers were on in the morning before I got there or not. And anyway, this morning, I finally was able to walk there without it being like either too cold or kind of rainy and mucky. There's a portion of the road that I have to take on the way there by foot that doesn't have a sidewalk. And so I have to force myself into like a grassy patch. And if it's wet, I just get mud all over my shoes and I don't want to track it in the gym and all that. So it was nice and dry. I start my very long 13-minute walk and I end up in the gym. I'm feeling good. I didn't forget my sports bra. It's happened before. I didn't forget it. I have it deodorized. I feel like I'm good. I don't have too extent of an amount of swamp ass by the time I get there because I walked and I'm super out of shape. We're good. I'm feeling it. I'm down. Let's do leg day, even though I know I'm going to feel like a wet spaghetti noodle when I'm done. I wore like sweatpants that had all kinds of holes in the crotch, and I totally fucking forgot about it. And I just like totally spaced, and this is how I knew the pants that I was wearing. I always open the doors to the place, and then I hang out left right away because that's where the office is. And I go, hey, and she goes, hi. And then we'll say good morning and blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, what's on the menu today? And then we'll talk about blah, 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 chit chat, go warm up, yada, yada. She goes, today you're doing fucking leg raises and something with your legs. Okay, no problem. So I lay on my side and I start with my leg like this. And as soon as I come down, I go, there's a breeze there.
You're like, why was it cold?
Yeah. Leg up, leg down. It's like one of those things where you pump air into the fireplace. Yeah.
You're like,
what is that? Yeah. What's going on here? Is our midget going? No. It's not going on here. And
I love it. Is there a midget going? Good Lord.
And then I realized, like, oh, I'm wearing the fucking worst fucking joggers from, like, you know. There's no excuse for this, but I would just call them, like, you painted your house and you painted your house / postpartum / fucking pajamas you forgot existed at the bottom of your drawer kind of joggers, you know? It's like, shit, I shouldn't have worn these. So anyway, after victimizing my trainer for another 7 minutes, I should probably throw those out. But anyway, I turned into the gym pig. It was me. 'Tis I. I am the gym pig.
Well, look at me. I'm the gym pig.
Look at me. I'm the gym pig now.
But if you throw those pants on, what are you going to paint in?
Right? Man. Because they had a bleach stain on them. And I don't care if there's a bleach stain on the fucking sweatpants. I'm going to the gym. I don't give a shit. But
there's worse things going to happen to these pants.
But the fucking like holes in the crotch, I didn't even realize it was that bad. Like, it just must have got so thin in the thigh area. And I just like, that's not right.
No going home now.
Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm talking to her about, I was like, these pants are a little loose on me. I go, so if you see some leg hair, don't worry about it. Meanwhile, she's probably like, that's not all I see. I was like, God damn it. Anyway, I'm a gym pig. Confessions of a Teenage Gym Pig. I feel like that would be also a pretty good Netflix show. Yeah. So that was it. That was my gym pig hybrid story. I just fucking hate people that are dirty and don't consider anything. Like today on the way to the gym, I saw the sidewalk's completely clear, everything's super clean. And while I'm making my way over there, I see an empty pack of Marlboros that someone had just tossed on the sidewalk. And while I walk past it, I go, fucking people can't, like, you can't just wait 2 seconds to throw shit out in the fucking trash. And then I tell myself, I'm a hypocrite because I literally just walked past it and didn't pick it up anyway. So on the way back from the gym, obviously it's still there. Who's gonna pick it up? Well, it's me. And then the entire rest of the walk back, I had this crushed up Marlboro packet in my pocket going, I wonder if I should get a walking stick with a poker and just clean the streets as I head to the gym. It went so far down a rabbit hole. I was like, what is wrong with me? But yeah, that's all I got.
Do you I guess here's where I'm painting a pretty good picture. So do you bring like ID or anything with you to the gym?
I bring
Phone, like your wallet or anything like that?
I used to bring a bag with a bottle of water. My wallet was a give or take, and like my phone and whatever.
Okay.
Now I
Because
just
like the picture I have is you, these holy sweatpants, a crushed up pack of Marlboros, and nothing else. That's it.
that's what it was today.
Yeah, like if you get picked up by the cops, you're screwed. I don't have any
Oh,
ID. I just
definitely,
got a pack of
definitely,
Marlboros.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Definite. Nah, yeah, it's some troll under the bridge stuff for sure. I think about it often because I don't have any purses. And while I did purchase like a fanny pack for when I go on vacation because of, travel documents and stuff,
Travel needs, yes.
big secret of mine is that, like the armbands for the gym,
Yeah.
that's my wallet.
Oh.
So if I go out of the house and I gotta go do groceries, this is what I wear. That's my wallet. So I'll have my stuff in here. But that's why more often than not, if I'm headed to the gym, I don't need ID. I just need that fob to get into the building, and that's it. So yeah, I'm walking with no ID, nothing.
Yeah.
I'm walking with no ID, nothing. You're right. If I got picked up for some weird fucking reason, there she is again,
Like,
that
what
vagabond picking up trash.
But officer, that's my house. I can see it from here.
He's like, get in the back, you possum. Yeah. Yeah, and most of the time I just forget it anyway. I always forget it. It's the only thing I have to remember to bring with me is this fucking armband. And I'm like, where did I put my armband? And I always ask Jake, like he's gonna fucking know where I put it. I don't even know where I put it. Why would he know where it is?
You need one of those AirTag or AirTag adjacent things.
Yeah, and then what
Tag
happens
and,
when I
tag
can't?
and release.
What happens when I can't
tag
find
and
my
release
phone?
your hardware.
Tag and release. I saw this really cute AirTag thing actually for the. I didn't know that when you ping an AirTag, it makes it's audible, like it has a little noise.
Like it chirps, yeah,
like
yeah,
it
they
chirps.
chirp. Yep.
He ended up training his dog to when he hears the chirp to go get a treat from him. So the dog's like in the middle of a freaking field far away, and he pings the AirTag, and he just looks around. And he's starting to look for his owner, and he finally like locks eyes and goes to get a treat. And I was like, that's dope. Maybe I'll do that. Except my dog would be like, feed me. And then I couldn't find him in a field. It would be like, so. Yes, we are airdropping treats. Do you have eyes on the target? And he's like, please. So, yeah, I just don't bring anything with me. Why do you? When you
No,
go
I
to the
just like I
gym
said,
or-
I just wanted the full picture. I'm like, I just imagine you don't have anything with you except the bare minimum, and it's just like that in a crushed up box of Marlboros, and that was funny to me.
Yeah,
So.
I saw it from like, gosh, the moment I crossed the street, it was this little white little speck, so I just hyper fixated on it, and by the time I got to it, it was just like, fucking losers, and they're littering. Walking past it.
Speaking of littering, any more food events? on the
Um, the last
W's?
couple of W's, no, except for a giant outer, the peel of an onion that you don't eat.
Oh, okay.
And he was
Yes.
about to, and I caught him so quick. I was like, I fucking almost yeeted him. I'm like, stop, please. He wasn't gonna eat it anyway, but I was just surprised that I was able to catch it before he put his whole face on it. I haven't, no. And we
No.
ended up
Okay.
taking an impromptu daytime W because we ended up going to Starbucks. So that was good. And
All right. Saga
Bubs,
to be continued
saga to be continued.
with the food
Oh
in your
yeah,
notebook.
for sure. I'm expecting a full blown, like there was a casserole in the bushes. Like so God damn it. There was just a trail of ketchup packets and it led us straight to a casserole. Those sons of bitches. There were dogs sitting at a table using cutlery. I'm fed up. No. Nothing. At least it's been like a quiet week regarding that. Yeah, it's been a quiet. Sophie has oddly, and honestly, it's gonna be a lot of TMI every time anybody listens to an episode, so I don't care about this. She's been shitting on lids on purpose. The water valve lids, she's been parking her ass on the plastic of the water valve lid. I've seen her shit up a tree, like look like a chocolate fountain thing, and I'm like, why do you keep backing up? And she was like upside down and she shut that way. But like she's been pooping on lids. Random poop. We're like, I guess thanks. It's easier to see this way, but why are you doing this?
Being weird.
Yeah.
Indy, yesterday. So Heather's sister-in-law, we were over there once, and in the recent times, and she hands me these treats and says that her dog doesn't want to have anything to do with them, and they're probably about the size of a Snickers bar,
Mm.
and they're these venison sticks, and they're very like they're hard. They're not like chewy ones. They're like hard, and they've been living in the drawer where his treats and other things live. And
Mm-hmm.
so yesterday, I don't know, just I hadn't given one. It's been sitting there for like 4 or 5 weeks. So I'm like, you know what the hell? I'll give him one. So being the crazy food motivated lunatic he is, he takes it gently out of my hand and then sprints underneath like the coffee table. I'm like,
Nobody is going to
uh,
partake.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, but I figure he is also he is a chewer. I think we've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only thing that
Yes.
survives are full on cow thigh bones.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I know that you can't have this forever because you will inhale this whole thing. And then, then that's just too much. So I I'm like, okay, well, I need to distract you. So we're gonna do this like we do with other things that you have that you shouldn't have. I'm gonna counter offer with something else that's tastier.
Mm.
So we have three choices. We have the bacon and peanut butter like chewy treats,
Mm-hmm.
and then I've got for Christmas Heather got him salmon skin, like freeze dried salmon skin.
No way. Okay.
Yeah, so good. They smell amazing. Like he hears me open the bag from 3 counties away, and like,
He's like,
bing, hi,
greetings. Yes.
greetings. I heard you had my favorite treat. So, and then an unopened bag of these sweet potato like circle things about the size of a silver dollar.
Oh, I think I know
And
what those
so
are. Okay.
yeah, so I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and let's start with the tastiest of treats. Let's go with the salmon skin. So I come over to him, and he is giving me this like, but this is mine and you can't have it. And then when I put the salmon skin close to his mouth, he then, with this giant Snickers bar already in his mouth, tries to eat the salmon skin, but this thing is huge, and so he can't. And I'm like, really? You're not going to drop that for this? No.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
I go get the peanut butter treat. Same
No.
deal. Tries to eat it. And so I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. So I'm like, all right, let me get this last sweet potato disc thing out. So I get the sweet potato disc thing out. And he snatches it out of my hand with the thing still in his mouth. And I'm like, what weird Houdini bullshit did you just pull?
Oh my
Except
god.
it lasted about 2 seconds because he's like, okay, I have too many things in my mouth now. So he opens his mouth, both fall out, and there's a split-second decision of like, am I going for the venison stick or am I going for the sweet potato? And he went for the sweet potato. And then while he's doing that, I like stuck my leg between the venison thing and scooped it up.
Oh man,
Like,
and
you chose poorly.
trust was broken that day.
Oh, not really. He just ran off with the sweet potato thing, and I,
He's probably like,
don't think he even
sucker.
yeah,
Like-
didn't even notice that I went, and then I'm like, okay, we're done. These are, yeah. I mean,
That's good
I think he
times.
had it a total of like 3 minutes, and half of that thing was gone, and I'm like, you can't be trusted. So such
So
a,
they
but
fight
that was
over stuff
yeah,
like that, though. They fight over bully sticks, and they'll fight, especially if it's like a BONE. They will definitely
yeah,
swap. It's always like it's a perpetual grass is greener situation. She wants his, he wants hers. They swap. Wait a minute, I want yours, you want mine. They swap. It's always swapping, and
yeah.
as the swapping happens, they lose millimeter. They shorten, because they pick at them. But recently we purchased a Chew Champ, and I would suggest that you do this. It is a bone that has a corkscrew, and you put the stick in it, screw, it stays locked in place. The dog can't. I mean, it's to prevent dogs from choking on that last bit, but he's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
not going to put that full thing in. It's like basically a sledgehammer at that point. And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so it's been helping because or else Sophie, I think, I feel like
There we go.
Sophie would try to like, oh my little poopa. He's like,
I put
can I
all
eat that? Can I eat that? The fact that his arms look like the white glove like waiter.
oh,
He's,
just
he's
shed on me, snarled, and ran off.
he looks like he's heavy. He looks like a
Yeah, he's
heavy boy.
35 very dense pounds. There are bigger dogs half his weight.
He looks like a
But
very
yeah,
condensed futon, not futon, ottoman, fluffy
yeah.
ottoman. Yeah, he's so cute. He looks a little chunkier than I remember. He's like me. No.
No, I'm looking at him. I'm like, no, he's about the vet tells me, listen, if you can see like where his rib cage kind of like goes into his waist, he's fine. I'm like, okay,
I mean, you also
it's
see
there.
him every day, and I haven't
Yeah,
really fully seen him in like maybe
no.
5 years. Of course,
And it
he's
is winter,
bigger.
so it's winter, and he's doing
Yes,
he's hibernating.
exactly. Oh, Indy, so cutie
But
patootie.
the other I have a minor triumph. So I had on one of my hard drives, I had over time finally kind of like at least condensed them to one folder with probably 400 subfolders with subfolders with subfolders with subfolders who had
Got it.
cousins named subfolder. Pictures of the child, of probably I got my first digital camera in I think 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And so any pictures taken after that, many cameras, Sony's,
Yeah.
Canons, Nikons, the whole 9 yards. And so I'm like, I have this giant repository of photos, and I had once upon a time decided that it's too much to manage. There is no, I looked for months, and I'm sure that there's all these, but I'm like, there's one camera alone, like that's kind of lived in its own folder, the DSLR.
Mm-hmm.
It alone had 36,000 photos.
Holy mother of retinas.
So I'm like, I need to just I want in the words of Rick and Morty, get your shit together, just get it all together, get it all in one pile, and just
Yes.
deal with your shit. And so I decided that getting my shit together was going to be investing and just being like, this is all gonna go up to Google Photos, and I'm going to trust. And this is like in theory as a flat file system, because if I dump, all the metadata will then set me free.
Yes.
And so far so good. And my triumph is that over the last 4 days, I buckled down and I kind of figured out a way to be able to get all these pictures and upload them to Google in batches of like 3 to 4,000.
Okay.
so as not to cause a situation where I'm like 8,000 out of 10 and the browser decides to you know, commit seppuku. So
Or yeah, or that, or Google recently laid off 300 of its staff as a server room. Like you're like, God damn it, my
yeah.
pictures. Okay.
So yeah, so that was a triumph, and then so I'm like, okay, so the last of that was actually about 2 hours ago, where I found like a couple other folders, and I'm like, be gone, children.
So all 36K.
More than 36. That was just one
Ah, that
camera. The
is a
other folders,
triumph.
it's something like, but
That
again,
is a
like I
triumph.
figured out a way to like, yeah. So all up there, just over four
Is
days in batches.
is there a reason why you don't want it on a physical drive anymore? Do you think it's
It
going to be
would
easier to
take
sort?
months. It'll be easier to sort because I think it would take months because they're named things like this is past Phil screwing future Phil in just the hardest way possible. They're named things like review me later, review me one, not sure what this is, Arizona question mark. Cause and then we get into like, so that's the early cameras where I'm like dragging stuff from memory sticks and then like finding memory sticks 3 months later and being like, do I have these or are these the first time I'm seeing them? And then at one point I got I don't know if you remember them, the iFi, EYE dash
Oh,
FI.
I used to call them Effies. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Anyway.
FEs, yeah. But so anyway, but the cool thing about the iFi was that it was a SD card that had Wi-Fi on it. And so I had it in multiple cameras because I had this one. And the idea was like you could go out and take pictures all around the world and then you just walk into your house and the long as you had the camera powered on, it would link to your home Wi-Fi and you could create a relay using their like cloud service and it would
Unbelievable.
dump it onto a folder and it would like name it by like the date and timestamp and everything. It was beautiful. So I had like, a folder called iFi and inside of it I had folders that started in like January 2004 and then extended to like, December 2017 and you're like there's like 800 folders in here.
You used that for a while. Oh man.
Or I mean, I am exaggerating, but like it was
Yeah,
years
yeah.
all in like hundreds of folders and I'm like so much stuff.
So,
And
are you going to be doing anything about duplicates? Because you know those exist.
that's the nice thing that I learned for doing a couple of tests. If you shove duplicates up to Google, it will find them. And sometimes if it can't find them, they're all really kind of laid out together by date. So I've already started being like, oh, well, this is just, the same 6 pictures of my child in the same high chair.
It's
Okay.
going to
So,
take forever.
but you know what? I'd rather do it in the browser, scrolling through that and then
Yeah.
just being able to highlight in batches and be like, I know what these are. I know because I am familiar with like I know where these were. So yeah, to be able to like organize them in a flat way, like this is I have chosen my fate. And then right before we started our call today, there was a folder called videos, and I
Mhm.
found like cell phone videos recorded on postage stamps. And I wish I was kidding. On my 4K display, they were literally like when I zoomed in, my
Oh,
kid was like, "Look at me and my 3 pixels," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's literally your pixels: one head,
oh
one body,
my
and one set of
God.
legs."
3GP or what? What was it?
Yes, 3 GPs.
3GPs, right? Fucking
Yes,
Blackberry. God damn it.
yes,
That's Blackberry, man. And
yeah.
Motorola.
So,
Oh my God.
yep. So they were Motorola. I had a Motorola StarTAC, or not StarTAC. What was it? It was one of the silver ones. Anyway, so I found a bunch of folders with that stuff, and I was moving them over, and then inside that, I discovered a. Do you remember how like on a DVD you get like the VOB folders and like VOB TS and stuff like that? There's a bunch of raw folders like that, and I'm like, what the hell is in here? Start double clicking on them, open them in VLC, and discover that I have somehow at some point in my past digitized VHS tapes of my childhood. So, because I know that these exist, and
You don't
apparently I
remember doing
digitized.
this?
I don't remember digitizing them. I remember the videos exist, and I think I still have the VHS tapes because I confiscated them from my father once upon a time. But apparently, I, yeah, it's like us. It's me at like 6 or 7 in Chicago
Holy
in like
hell.
our living room, and
That's
I'm like,
so
okay,
cool.
but they're VOB files, and I'm like, I don't trust you. So I'm like, handbrake, get over here.
Yes, yes, good idea. Good idea.
Like, you are becoming MP4s, my
Trusty
children.
handbrake, yeah. Obviously, you're not deleting their originals, so there's no harm in doing
Yeah.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. So, I mean, first thing that comes to mind now is that you're gonna have to have like a bear montage intro for the stream.
Yeah.
That's just gonna have to happen. You as a 6-year-old child in Chicago. Yeah, oh, that's
So,
pretty cool. That is a triumph, I would agree. Congratulations. That's a lot to fucking deal with.
thank
And
you.
I'm sure you're going to keep picking at it little by little, but golly.
Yeah.
The only thing I did really that was somewhat fruitful and how would you put it? Not not progressive in any way because it's pretty much the same shit. I basically took a picture of my whiteboard and then
Okay.
cleaned it off and rewrote things so I can have more space to write on my whiteboard.
I'm like, I organized my whiteboard.
I organized my whiteboard. Yes. Well,
That's important.
I've been a little bit busy, so I do look forward to Monday. Where are we doing this Monday?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe.
I look
I
forward
don't
to
think I have
Monday
anything.
because then I will have the entirety of the kind of like the trip summarized. You know, it might be a little much for an hour, so I will keep the spicy parts. And yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jersey, Nova. I appreciate it. Thank you, whoever's lurking. I see you. Don't think I can't see you. And everybody that's on Live Space as well. This is like our third or fourth broadcast on Live Space now that it auto goes live and we realize that it's happening. Welcome, everyone.
And then we know what it ends.
And we know when it ends. Yes, exactly. I will catch you all very soon. And on behalf of Phil and I, thank you. See you next week.
Toodles.